So I saw the doctor, and the doctor said, it's just a rash, scrotal mange, a large rash that's been on my left. We're back again. Well, we're back again, ladies and gentlemen. I apologise. Viewers, welcome back from the break. We are very fortunate, aren't we, Dr. Stroker?
Very indeed.
Very fortunate. It is Christmas. We should consider our blessings. We should consider all the good things we have. And one of the very good things that we do have is in the studio with us right now. She is one of Queensland's top love advisors, love goddess, amazing lady, quadruple degreed, here to talk about love, replacing Madam Destiny. Can I please welcome Madam Morticia?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so privileged to be here, and I just know that we have so much loving spirit in Brisbane. Everyone wants to actually just share that love at Christmas. It's more than love as well. Like, there's a little bit of spice you need to add to the Christmas spirit that sort of goes beyond just being in love.
I couldn't agree more. Dr. Stroker, after the raging success of the Madam Destiny series, she's totally worn out. We've had over 58,000 letters just last week seeking love advice, which was really a very sad testament, isn't it, about what's happening in Queensland?
Oh, my word, it is.
It is indeed.
My word, it is.
We've picked out 6 out of the 58,000 letters that we thought were most poignant. And Madam Morticia, with your permission, we thought we'd read them to you, and maybe you could give some answers for the viewers, if you don't mind.
I shall try my best.
Dr. Stroker, would you like to read the first question?
First question. My partner and I usually eat lots of chocolate for Christmas. Do you think that chocolate can be used as an organic marital lubricant?
Well, married or not married, if you've been together for a long time, it's always worth adding a fair bit of excitement and spice, you know, just being very explorative, especially around Christmas. It does bring some excitement to your day. There's many organic substances you can slip into that bonding regime, and it's so fun just to try these different combinations over and over. The trying is where all the fun is, Like, take macadamia nut oil for instance, mix that with a bit of chocolate, who would think the little macadamia nut, such a small nut could bring so much pleasure. Imagine even coating, this is a bit off the subject, but that nut covered in chocolate and just sucking off that chocolate. Oh my God, that is just so yum. Yeah.
Well, not a bad answer, Dr. Stroker. It certainly takes a load off my mind.
I can't move at the moment. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight in our studio we have Mr. Adrian Brown, a victim of alien invasion, claims to be molested by aliens, and I use that term very lightly indeed. It's the second time we've had him on the show. We'll just have a listen, a very light listen of what he has to say this time. So it's over to you, Adrian. Adrian?
Oh, I'm on again. Yes. Thanks for inviting me back. It's happened again this week. I've had another episode of Alien Home Invasion. I was at the men's lingerie counter in my local adult shop, minding my own business, trying on some crotchless underpants, and an alien approached me and asked me to help him try on some other crotchless underpants before I knew it. I was handcuffed in the men's changing room, and he was ravaging me again and again and again. And luckily, he had a tube of space cream, a large tube, and he used the whole tube. And he ravaged me so much, the smoke alarm was set on fire. Help was called, and luckily I was rescued. My name's Adrian Brown, and I'm a victim of alien invasion. The bastard. He hasn't even rung. He hasn't even called.
Right. Well, Madam Morticia, that was very interesting. I'd like to read a second question, if you wouldn't mind. This one comes from Mr. Hans Everywhere from Slacks Creek. And Hans writes in, my partner likes to get dressed up as Santa Claus and sneaks into the bedroom with a sack full of battery-operated toys. Is this normal? Over to you, Madam Morticia.
Well, what's normal? There is nothing normal. Like, we're all unique, and like, honestly, who wants to be normal? Like, life would be so bland. Like, I do think that, you know, he would be really wishing that he was Santa himself so he could grant every wish possible upon himself. Like, I think you'd be off in oblivion if he could wish the, you know, what he wanted for himself upon himself. His bag of goodies would not be necessary.
Well, obviously, you'd better not have batteries because that's a huge thing with the carbon crisis, isn't it? You'd best to plug straight into a generator or into this light socket, don't you think? Much more environmentally friendly.
Absolutely. Like, I just think maybe you're not giving him enough explicit feedback on who he is. Like, you know, maybe then his battery would really light up within himself anyway. You
can get these new, you've probably seen them, Madam Morticia, these new chainsaw attachments. You get a chainsaw and you can slot on a great big marital device in the chainsaw. Is that the sort of thing we're talking about, to use that at Christmas?
Oh, that's going a bit far.
Is it? What, yep. 2-stroke or 4-stroke? You don't know.
They haven't created 6, but yeah.
A 6-stroke chainsaw. Dr. Stroker, I think you've got another question there.
I used a 5-stroke one the other week.
Welcome, viewers. Tonight, the shocking truth behind alien home invasion. In the studio, we have... Oh, God, he's back. Adrian Brown. I'm sure that name is familiar with a lot of you. Adrian Brown. We now cross to Adrian for his story for the 58,000th time. Adrian. Come on, Adrian.
Hello. Yes. Oh, I'm back. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, it's happened again. Last weekend, it's happened again. It was tragic. I was at an International Scoutmasters convention hosted at the Gold Coast, and after a very interesting segment on building huts with sticks and leaves, I went to the toilet to relieve myself, and I slipped on a bar of soap and hit my head on the tiles, and I passed out. And apparently, I was ravaged by a whole bunch of aliens, probably 2,000 of them. Just completely ravaged me at the Scoutmasters convention. None of the Scoutmasters saw it, apparently. None of them. I haven't been able to walk properly for a whole month. I've had to hold my ass together with a G-clamp from the woodworking shop. My name's Adrian Brown, and I'm a continual, constant victim of alien home invasion.
Dear Madam Morticia, at the end of Christmas dinner, my 4 wives are all usually too tired to do anything fun. Should I get another wife? Signed, President of Iran.
Mr. President, I am so surprised that you only have 4 wives. Like, I mean, a man of your standing, surely you can afford more. Like 8 would be even a good number. You know, you could actually roster them around and, you know, diversify their tasks, and I'm sure, like, without a doubt, that it would be you that would be having a struggle, you know, creating that energy and having that fun after Christmas dinner.
Dr. Stroker, any comments?
It's fair.
I'd say there'd be a lot of noise, wouldn't there? I mean, how would you shop for 8 wives? With great difficulty.
Oh, never. You take them with you and they do the shopping for you.
Right, that's very sensible advice. Listen to that, viewers. That's why Madam Morticia is in charge of love in Queensland. Very sensible advice. Dr. Stroker, I believe you have another letter.
I do. It's not entirely about love. However, hello, Madam Morticia. As Christmas is a huge feasting event, do you think that Parliament might consider changing the law so that eating becomes an official exercise?
that is a tricky one, but no, I would hope not actually. Like, we have enough red tape, and imagine if they actually then started to specify the certain types of foods that you would need to eat for that exercise to be even more beneficial because, you know, the foods are better for you. Like, imagine if they took away the little pleasures in life. Like, you could eat a lot of great things, get good results, but, you know, you could spend a lot of time doing that, but then still, you know, splurge on those little things like lollipops. Like, how much more pleasure could you get, like, and putting a lot of energy into licking and sucking a lollipop on Christmas Day?